What's going on, people? I don't know if it's my vape or if the camera dirty, or I just got it cloudy here because I'm vape heavy. Bad week for old TRB. What I mean by a bad week? Well, uh, first load I took went from San Diego, California. Melly Mel, what's up? Went from San Diego, California to Missouri. Then this load I got went from Missouri down to Texas. Now, the whole plan was to get out of California, shoot over to Missouri. From Missouri, shoot down towards Dallas. Right? Once I shoot down towards Dallas, I'm in that JB Hunt 360 heavy. They have a lot of freight coming out of North Lake, Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas area. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to take somewhat of a hit to run this load to Missouri. And then I'm going to shoot down to Texas because there was nothing going to Texas from San Diego. Now, I probably could have shot up to Ontario. They're headed about 150, 160 miles up that way. But I just got back from vacation. So I need, the way my company works, you get that 40%. So I need that 40%. So I need to take a lump sum load, even though it might hit me in the back end. If I take that lump sum load, I immediately will get X amount of dollars on the com data. Boom. From there, I can shoot down to Texas. Now, the way that I was planning to work it was I get that lump sum because I got cell phone bills coming up and just home bills coming up or whatever. So I got that lump sum, washed my fuel, got there, delivered that load. Keep in mind, I got 2 to 3 truck notes. I'm back 2-3 truck notes, so that's 7-14-21. So I'm about 21.38 in truck notes, right? So I was like, all right, no big deal. I run this load down here. Then my plan was when I get to Texas, I was going to run 1 or 2 loads over the weekend because on the JB Hunt 360, sometimes they have weekend loads. And I checked it before I came to Texas, and they did have weekend loads. So I was like, cool. The load that I got, I asked the broker on Thursday. I said, hey, this load can deliver anytime. He was like, this load delivers anytime. This is a U.S. Express load. And so if it was some rinky-dink brokerage, then I wouldn't trust it. But if it was like, it's like a C.H. Robinson or a Uber or Coyote or something like that, I'm like, okay, they usually know what they're talking about. Since this is a U.S. Express load, that means you have company drivers pulling these loads, which there was company drivers there to pull this load. Or not this particular load, but from the same facility going in the same direction. So I was like, all right, I got the load, booked it down to Texas, 600 and something miles. Load paid whatever it paid. All right. I've been advised to stop giving out numbers. But it paid somewhat decent. It was a little heavy, but I'm going down towards Texas. So, the run and the fuel is cheaper because the fuel in California is like $4 and something. Fuel out here, I'm getting it for $2.70, $2.76, $2.68. So, I'm like, all right, I'll run it because I know what my plan is. I ran it, got down here Saturday morning, pulled up to Coca-Cola where I did that live feed. I don't know if I left that live feed up or whatnot. They didn't reject the load. They were like, no, this load ain't due for 2 more days. I'm like, yeah, but I was told that I can deliver it early. So they was like, no, come back Monday. I said, okay. What can I do? What can I do? For whatever reason, this is something weird that happens with me. One, for whatever reason, prostitutes don't approach me. I don't know what it's about. And you're like, why do you bring that up? because every time that I want to give money, I just want a prostitute to approach me so I can have that conversation of, you know, how much for some head, how much for whatever, just so I can experience that. But for whatever reason, they see me, and I don't know if it's because I look like I ain't got no money, I look too confident, like I look like I got women's or something, or there's something in my eye that says, nah, I'm cool. But when I go to these places, I'm like, look, bro, I give, you know, I pull you to the side. Hey, look, man, I give you $50 to get this load off. $75, $100. You know what I'm saying? It never works. But yet you have all these other people that's like, yeah, you slide the person to unload you a little something, they get the load off. It never works for me. I don't understand that. Never understood that. You know, so they wouldn't take the load. So now I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to sit for like 50 hours or some crazy mess, because it was Saturday morning when I got there. Was it Saturday morning? Whenever I did the live feed of me leaving. So now I'm sitting. I'm like, dude, I only got that one load in for the week. I turned my paperwork in on Friday, so that means it's not going to get processed till Monday. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This to cover 1 or 2 truck notes here and some of the regular company fees that is associated with my carrier. I don't have no fingernails. I got boogers. I can't get them out my nose because I don't have fingernails. I don't know why I cut my fingernails like that. So if y'all see me do this, it's because I know I can't get that booger that's hanging all in the back of the sinuses and the clavicles. Anyway, so Monday comes. I'm excited. Clean the truck up. Floor is all clean. You know, bed was halfway made. I've just been lounging. I worked a little bit on my YouTube. Hey. I took some people out my features. that I guess no longer associate with OTRB. That's I guess no longer subscribed to OTRB. Nah, but I had worked a little bit on my YouTube. Tried to put up my little Cancun video together. And so basically Monday comes. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm like this mile away. Let me run on down here and get this load off. I pull in. Hey, how you doing? Hit it with the smile, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting all wet from the rain or whatever, because it rained real bad for whatever reason today. Hey, how you doing? You know, it's a little wet out here. Gave her the paperwork or whatever. And she called. She was like, hey, you know, he want to see if we can get this load off. The load ain't due to unload until 4 p.m. I was like, but the guy told me that I can deliver it at any time. I can deliver it at any time. So now that they was like, no, tell them to come back at 3 p.m. So not only did I lose out on running my weekend loads that I plan on running, I ain't gonna be able to get a load on Monday. I will be able to get a load. I might not be able to get a load. And the reason why I just thought about that is because my company's on the East Coast. So if they get me unloaded by, I'm in Texas, I think East Coast was like an hour ahead. So even if they got me unloaded by 4, if they get me unloaded by 4, I'm gonna have to scramble to get a load, because I'm not gonna be able to get the proper documents I need in order to run the load. I'm not gonna be able to get my pro number so they can track the load and I get my 40% up front until the next day, unless I run a big corporate load, because I still got money on the comm data. And by big corporate, I just mean those big brokers, you know, the TQLs and all of them. So now I'm like, 4 o'clock. I'm like, really? She was like, yeah, you can come back at 3. I'm like, is there any way I can leave my number with you? You know, is there any way I can leave my number with you? And if you guys get an opening, you can give me a call. She was like, that's not how we work. Just come back at 3. So not only did I sit on Saturday, Sunday, just in the truck, and here's the messed up part about it. I got up Sunday. I said, you know what? It's about 2 in the morning. Let me go stretch my legs. I ain't been doing nothing but lounging in the truck. So I get out the truck with my linen shorts on and my t-shirt. And I step out the truck. I stretch. And I'm gonna walk around the truck a couple times, just take a look. Plus, it's hot. I have Coca-Cola product. I have carbonated product in my truck, and it's like 100 degrees outside. So it means it's 120 degrees in the truck. I'm wondering, did anything bust? So I'm trying to look for like high fructose syrup stains. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like when Coca-Cola dries on something or whatever. So as I proceed to start to walk, I'm over by the glad hands. I hear click, because I didn't have the door closed. I hear click, lock myself out. And the door wasn't even all the way locked. It was one of those where, you got to click to lock the door. It said click. The lights were still on because the door was technically still open. So I heard the click and I was like, that's weird. Walk around the truck. I go to get back in the truck and I hit the door knob. And the goddamn door is locked. Goddamn door. I'm like, yo, what is going on? So the door is locked. Shout out to the CRST driver that tried to help me get in. So now I got to go over here and talk to these people that's in the Flying J to let me use one of those kits to get in the truck. You know what I'm talking about. But they, I had to charm her. I had to charm her. Because she got to give me this product for free, trusting that I'm going to bring it back. I'm like, look, I got plenty of money. I mean, technically, I got more than enough money to pay for this little $20 kit and the hammer I need to knock the little things in so I can stick the thing in. So now I got to get in the truck. Get in. She let me get the stuff. I'm over here. I finally get the little lock up. And it took me 30 minutes to realize that because the door isn't all the way closed, it's not going to open. So I'm pulling. I'm like, why the lock won't come up anymore? So I got mad. I got frustrated. So I just pulled the little wire thing out, took the things out, and just pushed the door. Boom! And when I pushed the door and I hit the handle, the door opened. So for the 30 minutes that I was sitting there fighting to get the door open, is because the door wasn't closed on the way. Anyway, back to the money. So now I'm going to be sitting here at about 3 o'clock. I'm going to have to run a corporate load, so to speak, since I got enough money on there on my comm data to pay for fuel or whatever. And I get the money back eventually because I just sent them the email to get the information. But technically right now, last week I netted about $600. About $600. Now sometimes people be like, they don't tell you the truth. They don't tell you the real. They don't tell you the whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. After fuel and everything, I netted like $600. Now this week, of course, I'm going to do a few thousand, but that was a bad week. To me, it seems like if I can get at least 3 loads in a week, I'm good. I'm gravy. But I made about $600. But I'm going to use that $600. This is the absolute worst week I've had. I've never not made at least $1,200-$1,300 when I owed on the truck. But I mean, honestly, is it a big deal? No. Why? Because I know what I can make once everything is caught up. It'll take last week run, and if I can get in about 3 runs this week, the stuff will be taken care of. It'll be taken care of, but it's a bad week. A lot of people, I just see a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm sorry, I'm not even paying attention to the comments. I see a lot of YouTube videos, and people will be like, they don't tell you that they don't get a check. Well, lucky for me, I'm at a company where I get at least 40% of a run. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm that in that dire need of money, I can always just take a big load and manage my fuel. If I manage my fuel, you know, anything paying like 30 to me, $3,300 or more, I'll be able to bring home at least, or when I say bring home for that particular load, I'll be able to keep at least 700-800 on the com data or in my pocket, as long as I manage my fuel, which I don't. I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of people are like, well, how do you manage your fuel and do this? I don't. Fuel is something that I'm gonna have to take care of regardless. I cruise at 72. I'm not saying this to be boasting or bragging or nothing like that, but that's just how I like to drive. Fuel is a major cost, but at the same time, it's something that you're gonna have to pay for. So this is a bad week for me. You know. Let's see. I think he gets 74% of the load, but he gets 40% of that amount as soon as he complete the load. No, as soon as I pick up the load. So if I book a load for $1,000, for instance, $1,000 is an easy number. If I book a load for $1,000 and I go and I bump the dock, they start to load me. I call up the company and say, hey, I need my 40% fuel advance. And they'll be like, all right, well, they look at the Raycon that I send them, because I get all my Raycons. Shout out to Kenny. I watched Kenny video. I guess I could talk about that a little bit. But and they be like, okay, well, $1,000, 40% of $1,000 is $400. I'm like, all right, I want it all. And they give me $400 like that. Like that. I don't work for quality. I have a quality truck. And so, and you got to think about it. So here's how it works. Here's how it works. So let's say the load is going 237 miles. It's paying $1,000, right? If you get 6 miles to the gallon, you guys can do the math. So I don't have a calculator on me. If you're getting 6 miles to the gallon, shout out to Low Shine for that one. For the fuel, the average fuel that the average truck gets, most trucks can probably get 7 to 9 miles to the gallon. But if you do it at 6, it's rather be safe and sorry. So what is 6? How many gallons can you? That's one of my 50-gallon spots right there. What I mean by 50-gallon spots is if I'm doing anything under 300 miles, I'm putting 50 gallons in. And 50 gallons is going to run what? $230 something dollars. I don't know why 237 is in my mind. I might need to play a lottery ticket or something. But it's less than $400. A lot less than $400. And the rest of that money stays with me. So I'll probably end up keeping $200 out of the $400, depending on how much gas, the discount, and how much fuel is at that particular time, how heavy the load is, all the other stuff that comes into account. But this is a bad week for me. This is a bad week for me. So what do I do when I have a bad week? Nothing. But this is just me. Nothing. Because there's nothing I can do. It's a bad week. It happened. I guess I get on here to tell y'all about it, because people never tell y'all when they have bad weeks. This is a bad week for me. This is a bad week for me. And now I'm just lounging, sitting around waiting to go make some money. It is what it is, right? Now keep in mind, I say that I made 600, but technically the load made a lot more than that. One load made like 2,000 and something. This load right here made me 15 and some change. Oh, not only that, I started to go through my record of the last two loads, this load and the load I did before this. And they shorted me. If I take a load that's $4,000, 74% of that is what? Or $3,800. or 3,500 or 7,500. But you mean this fly done got back in here. This fly been with me for like 6 days already. You're not gonna make that. You're not gonna make that turn. Oh man, it's gonna be. Look at this. Damn. Look at that. They gonna make it? Are they gonna make it? Oh, they made it. Oh, well, that's no fun. That's no fun at all, you haul. But they shorted me like a few $100s on both of these loads. I'm like, hey, 74% of this is this. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to add the fuel in. What do you mean? You forgot to add the fuel in? Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. So now I gotta, I guess I could have did that this weekend too, is go through at least the last 7, 8 loads that I did to see if they forgot to put the fuel in. But now I'm sitting. It was hot, so my truck idled for 40 hours. So it's how you deal with them that separates the men from the boys, the strong from the weak. Was thinking about leasing my truck onto interstate, but thinking I'm going to run the ports. Well, sir, I don't know if you, your boy Rich, is that you, Rich the trucker? I don't know, but interstate is no longer a thing, buddy. Interstate is no longer a thing. It's comments like that, not taking a shot at you, but it's comments like that that make me like, oh, you're not even a truck driver. Oh, yes, sir, it's me. Rich, it's not even, a matter of fact, am I seeing videos where you bought you a truck? You saved $600 on something? I haven't watched the video yet, but, yeah, interstate is no longer a thing. Unless you was cracking a joke. So, yeah, this is TRB having a bad week. Am I going to make it up and make it better? Got his ass out finally. He's out finally, but I want to crack the window because I ain't got my truck idling. I just got to deal with it. Yeah, it's 554 01 Volvo cracking the joke. Okay. You scared me for a second. But yeah, that's a bad week. What do I do? Oh, nah, I don't drink Hennessy straight. I leave that for the other people that got to prove their manlyhood. I drink colorful, beautiful drinks with lawn furniture in it. Oh yeah, it's not a big deal. Oh, I watched some of Party Hard video. Party Hard, you can either come where I'm at or go where Brown at. For right now, you know what I'm saying. Eventually, if I get my thing up and going, you ain't got to worry about nothing, man. You can slide on over where I'm at. I get you taken care of. Coming for the bag. Hey, I hear that, Rich. I think I saw Red Viking in here. What up, Lo? Don't feel bad. I have to sit in San Antonio and it's hot. What's a bad week to take home? What's a bad week? 2,000 take home? I mean, 2,000 or more is obtainable. 2,000 or more. Let's see. It's never been a bad week. Technically, it's not a bad week because at least I have some type of money in my pocket. But it could be better. But he off for like 3 weeks getting married, a little bit behind the ball. I think he get paid. Okay, what's the best week you had? What's the absolute worst week you had? And I thought I was having a bad week. That door thing was funny. Yeah, man, that messed me up. And it was just a click. You know what I'm saying? Do you get it in your bank account? The exact amount that you see on the load board, whether that no crypto, I get 74% of what's on the load board. So if basically I get $740 for every $1,000. You can look at it like that. And then, but see, I get the rate con, and that's one thing Kenny was talking about. Sometimes you're at companies that dispatch you. You don't broker the load, book the load, and send the company the rate con. The company books the load, send you the rate con. And what Kenny was saying, a lot of these companies are skimming off the top. So even though they telling you they got a load for 2,100, it was actually 2,900, and they just took what's that, 800 off the top. And he said this particular individual was getting paid 85% of the line haul, meaning they're not even getting their fuel surcharge. So not only did they get that 800 off the top for that load, they also got the X amount of hundreds of dollars that was contributed to the fuel surcharge. I get 100% of the fuel surcharge, and I get 74% of the line haul. Does it make a difference? Percentages is percentages. A lot of people want to say, hey, you know, at the end of the day, if you're getting 74 or 80 some percent of all averages out, I don't see that. I don't understand how that works. If I get 74% of the line haul, right, that means I get $740 for that, for every $1,000. If you're getting 85%, that means you get $850 for that line haul. That's not including the fuel surcharge. Keep that in mind. So it's kind of like everybody like, it all balances out. A couple $100. I always say it takes a penny to make a dollar. Otherwise, you just got a bunch of change, you know. Good morning. Hey, Reggie, what's going on? Red Dutch is in the building. Make sure to make a list of places to never go back to. I don't. There's a carbon place that I picked up carbon. I don't like that. It messed up my whole trailer. TRB, even when you're having a tough time, you still happy and laughing and smiling. That's a quality that never lose, brother. Hey, Rev, my YouTube just crashed. Pound Game, what's up? Said coming for the bag. Do you drive a 10-speed? I do. Cool Columbia said, yo, it's skimming off the top coming. I don't know. Because I know what I get. Like when they say, okay, where do you want me to send the Raycon? When the broker that I'm brokering the load off the spot market said, where do you want to send the Raycon? They send it to my business email. When they send it to my business email, I know exactly what everything is. And then I shoot it over to them like, hey, I need what's called a pro number for this particular load. And they say, okay. They come back to me with a pro number. I bump a doc. Once I bump the doc, hey, I need 40% of whatever. So if it's $1,000 or $5,000 or $6,000, I get that 40%. Keep it moving. As long as I spend less than 50% of that 40%, I'm happy. Usually I spend a lot less than 40%. I'm either gonna fuel in Phoenix or Lake Havasu, because I know I don't want to pay for fuel in California. You know. So yeah, right now, if you're a company driver, you made more money. You brung home, let me say that, you brung home more money than old TRB out here with all these bills and think he doing it big and yada, yada, yada. You know, you made more money than me. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Now, come next week, that's a whole nother story. I want to find a way to record so I can show y'all how I deal with the brokers. I think that'd be pretty cool. You know, you could have told them you are feeling sick and you can't sit with that load and then have to go to the hospital. They will have, I don't want to lie. It's one thing you don't want to do. If you're blessed to have something that's working for you, don't lie. Deal with whatever comes. A lot of times I look at it like there's a reason why things happen. I feel like a lot of times there's a reason why things happen. You know, me, instead of leaving at 6:45, all of a sudden a random thunderstorm come in for 15 minutes. Maybe if I would have been on the highway in that 15 minutes, I probably would have killed somebody in a truck or got blown over or something like that. You know, everything happened for a reason. I know how as stupid as that sound. The fuel is high in California. Win some, lose some. Exactly. Am I in my feelings about it? Beep. About that much. Just because I was lied. I feel like I was lied to. You know, if I was lied, it's like if you're lied to by a crackhead, it's understandable. But if you're lied to by the preacher or a deacon, it's kind of like, but you told me, man of God, that this would such and such. So that's how I feel about the brokers. If it was a regular, like just everyday, you know, like one of these random brokerage, okay. But if it's like a U.S. Express, where you got company drivers that's gonna go deliver these loads as well, and you gonna lie to me like that, like you lied to me, buddy. Why would it take me this long? This would probably been a good load if I lived in Dallas. If I lived in Dallas, it would have been a good load. I would have went down to Dallas, went home for the weekend, partied, wake up about 2 hours, and shot out to Abilene. I'm over in Abilene right now. So the way that I deal with the situation is I kind of just shrug my shoulders at it. Keep it moving. Getting in my feelings about it ain't gonna fix the situation. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna fix the situation. You know, I do gotta go watch. I was watching some of King D-Rod's video, and the weekend dispatchers for every company is crap, except for Mines. The people at Mines, even though it's a skeleton crew, they know what they're doing. I think that's where it comes in. Training. If the weekend and night dispatch had proper training to deal with a variety of scenarios, they would handle everything a lot smoother, a lot quicker, and get things done like that. The reason why they suck is because they don't know how to do anything. Honestly, sometimes I think they just outsource the night dispatch. Night weekend dispatch, I think that shit's outsourced. You call it one number that's routed to everybody. Hey, this is such and such. Oh, hey, they put your number in, it comes up, oh, he's with Swift or Warner, and they try to deal with your situation like that. Okay, Abilene. I done seen a couple of them, Abilene. I'm thinking of joining where TB and Low is at. Go for it. You know, I would never discourage anybody from doing what they feel like they, you know, that will better them. At the same time, if it's good or bad, you know, the only way to tell is from experience, I guess. Anyway, I just want to jump on this live and say what's up to y'all. I'm probably going to delete this live, so all the people that was in here that got to watch it, shout out to y'all. Hey, I just started watching your channel. I had a quick question. I wanted to get my CDL. I want to get my Class A, but I am not sure who I should go with. I can't answer that question for you, buddy. Just go with whoever has the terminal in your area. That's about it. I don't want to say go here and then it don't work out. So that's one of the things you got to make your own decision. Getting a Class A though, that's what's up. Being out and able to have your own business is a blessing itself. Yeah, definitely. Thought you was going to where TB is. Still in the works. I got to go get my business articles looked at. You know, there's a variety of things that's in the mix right now, and you never know. Actually, what I'm about to do is call these people. Is freight broker and dispatch a profitable business? Freight brokers, yeah, absolutely, because you getting paid, but you ain't doing nothing but giving out work. The same way you tell your kids go clean up that house and that house get clean, that's what it is. You get paid by withholding funds. I think you gotta have a hint of asshole about you to be a broker. Just a hint, not too much, just a hint. Anyway, I'm about to get on up out of here. I wish my nails would grow so I get this boogie out of my nose. Hey, it's TRB, man. Listen, my bed's a mess. You know, yeah, I'm out of here. I had something I want to talk about, but it ain't the right time for it. Y'all be easy. Did you ever finish? Did you ever find a table? Oh, did you ever find a table at Gateway? I don't know what you mean by find a table. I'm sorry. Um, you know, always look at it. This humanity lost time. At least it was a big breakdown. Knock on wood. Yeah. Hey, that's what's up, man. Be easy.